think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was definitely better. He was better when he fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terrence Crawford.
Joe Rogan has just predicted who would win in a potential Floyd Mayweather versus Terrence Crawford fight. He praised Mayweather as one of the slickest boxers in history, reminding people of how dominant he was in his prime. Rogan explained that many fans overlook just how much Floyd accomplished against elite opponents. When comparing him with Terrence Crawford, Rogan admitted it is a tough matchup, but highlighted that Mayweather's defensive mastery and ring IQ make him nearly impossible to beat, even against someone as talented as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior. Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is. Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Analysts recognized Floyd Mayweather's legendary status as a Hall of Famer and acknowledged that his career accomplishments remain unmatched. However, he also praised Terrence Crawford, highlighting that he is the current pound-for-pound best fighter. Both fighters dismantled Canelo Alvarez in their own eras, and the analysts stressed that this comparison is difficult because each man dominated in a unique way. Choosing a winner between Mayweather and Crawford feels nearly impossible, as both represent the pinnacle of boxing excellence.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terrence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terrence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terrence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The facts remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terrence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez, period. Point blank and period.
Bob Arum gave his perspective on the fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford. He believes Crawford would win, even if the fight took place during Floyd's prime years. According to Arum, Crawford possesses a rare skill set that combines adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence. These qualities make him unique in modern boxing, and Arum feels that his ability to adjust to any opponent would give him the edge, even over a defensive master like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett explained why Canelo Alvarez himself admitted that Crawford's victory over him holds more weight than Floyd Mayweather's. Hackett argued that when Mayweather fought Canelo, the young Mexican star was still inexperienced and learning at the top level. By contrast, when Crawford defeated Canelo, he was already a seasoned and fully developed champion. This is why Canelo considered Crawford's achievement to be more significant, as it came against a matured, stronger version of himself.
Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
Him saying that, I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt.
But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying, I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie broke down the atmosphere leading into Floyd Mayweather's clash with Canelo. At that time, Canelo was undefeated, bigger in size and weight, and many predicted Floyd was biting off more than he could chew at age 36. Analysts thought Canelo's strength and youth would finally hand Floyd his first loss. However, the fight played out completely differently, with Mayweather using his style to neutralize Canelo's offense and deliver a masterclass performance that silenced the doubts.
Terence Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. And Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on inside, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion who shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, gave a perspective that few could offer. Drawing from his first-hand experience, Mosley highlighted how Mayweather's style set him apart from Canelo in every way. He explained that Floyd's sense of timing, his ability to read opponents, and his mastery of ring control were simply unmatched. Even when pressured or facing physically stronger fighters, Mayweather had the intelligence and adaptability to neutralize threats with precision. Mosley made it clear that while Canelo is an exceptional fighter with power and skill, he could not match Floyd's ability to dictate the pace and direction of a fight. Having faced both men, Mosley's words carried authority. He firmly believed that Mayweather operated on a higher level, proving himself as the more complete and dominant fighter compared to the younger Mexican champion.
He did everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can't knock him as well.
Another perspective highlighted the generational shift in boxing greatness. While Mayweather is respected as one of the greatest of all time, the argument is that Crawford would come out on top if the two were to fight today. The reasoning lies in timing, with Mayweather having already dominated his era and Crawford now leading this one. Every great fighter has his time, and in the present era, Crawford is the one carrying the mantle as the most dominant force.
He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan praised Floyd Mayweather not only for his skills, but also for his discipline outside the ring. He pointed out how Floyd managed to maintain his prime despite wealth, fame, and a lifestyle filled with partying. Unlike many athletes who lose focus, Floyd remained consistent and never let ego derail his career. Rogan admitted that if Crawford fought Floyd at his peak, the matchup would truly test Terrence's greatness, showing just how high the bar was set by Mayweather.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Trainer Abel Sanchez offered his perspective on Crawford's current position in the sport. He noted that Crawford has reached superstar status, not just because of his wins, but because of the quality of opponents he has beaten and the dominant fashion in which he has done so. According to Sanchez, Crawford's recognition as a global star is well-deserved, cementing his status as one of the best in modern boxing.
I thought Terrence fought a virtuoso fight. Terrence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terrence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terrence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's longtime trainer, declared that after Crawford's most recent victory, there should be no debate about who rules the current boxing landscape. He confidently stated that Crawford is the greatest fighter of this era, pointing to his technical brilliance, dominance across multiple weight divisions, and ability to beat every challenge presented to him. For Bomac, Crawford has already proven everything needed to be recognized as the face of his generation.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so...
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory. One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Rob Acosta reacted strongly to Crawford's performance, admitting that he would never doubt him again. Acosta explained that Crawford continues to prove doubters wrong, regardless of the level of opposition placed in front of him. Each time fans or analysts expect him to struggle, he instead delivers a masterclass display. Acosta's words reflected a broader sentiment in the boxing community, where Crawford has earned unwavering respect as a consistent and unstoppable force.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did, and not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terrence deserves full credit for his abilities, for his IQ. Bomac for his coaching. And, you know, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Crawford himself has weighed in on the discussion of a fantasy fight against Mayweather. He confidently stated that if the two ever met while Floyd was in his prime, he would win. This remark highlights Crawford's self-belief and competitive spirit, qualities that have fueled his career success. While fans debate endlessly about who would come out on top, Crawford's own confidence in his abilities shows how strongly he views his place in boxing history.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Andre Ward, a former champion and close ally of Terrence Crawford, spoke with the wisdom of someone who has lived through the highs and pressures of boxing. Instead of encouraging Crawford to chase more fights or fantasy matchups, Ward suggested that now might be the perfect moment to step away from the ring. In his eyes, Crawford has already secured his place among the greats. He has climbed through weight divisions, defeated elite opponents, and delivered performances that will be remembered for decades. Ward emphasized that walking away while still on top would allow Crawford to preserve his legacy in its purest form. Many fighters, he warned, stay too long, chasing paydays or trying to prove something, only to tarnish their achievements with unnecessary losses. Ward doesn't want to see that happen to Crawford. For him, the best way to honor Crawford's career is to retire undefeated in spirit and unmatched in respect.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terrence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today. Somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
question. It's the perfect send-off.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.